timings are just like better for the
dying,
gold.
and I think it's not very complicated to play for him. Like they don't really care how he does in lane. Like they want to do fine, but then he's just farming jungle. Like that's all he does. And he has a very like he looks at a fight right, and he's like, if I want to be there, I click the spell and I'm there. If I don't want to be there, I'm just gonna continue to farm.
It's like having an alchemist combined with a specter and one hero.
A little bit. Like he doesn't farm that fast, but he farms like he doesn't farm that much slower than anyone else. And he has insane timings.
His timings are just like better for the gold he gets than most other carries. His 15 ags is
I'm a little surprised they didn't go for
15 timing, I think, in the game right now.
Probably.
No, before talking about our game, it was like the first pick ET, right?
It's Alchemist. It's
pretty good versus Shen, pretty good versus Omni Knight. And like everything, I don't think thought about, like everything is kind of awkward. Everything is something, I guess. But they take a deep breath and just go with whatever. I'm hoping Liquid have like, you know, their last pick, right? So they have like a lot of avenues open up.
I'm a little scared right now of this Wisp because
only a little.
I'm a little surprised.
Okay, so commonly
of this Wisp or for this Wisp? Oh, okay, yeah.
Because commonly you want like a hero that gets on top of this Wisp, right? Especially that 15 timing. The scariest one is balls are max range, and he's able to like chase you, and then you get slowed. So if you get a little closer, he pulls him in a little, and he stays at this like max range basically. Neither of those heroes are full commit heroes. Right?
The Omni can their last pick, right? So
supplement like one. You have like an Ember, so like, he can go over the race, and that's decent. But these two are more like you want to fight. They want you to fight into them. They want you to fight this Chad and this Omni for the long kill. I think that's what's playing the Wisp's game right now.
This actually reminds me a bit.
The scariest one is balls are max range.
Liquid plays Secret,
chase you and get slowed,
and I believe Secret picked Wisp one of the games.
Yes,
they did. And it was one of those
stays at this like
and Liquid had a similar like thing going on there with like a lot of heal and like they would push down buildings. And they just didn't let Secret get to their timings. Like they already had a Rax decent before Wisp was level 15.
These two are more like... Was that the Meepo game though? They want you to fight exactly.
So
Meepo is banned out.
Meepo's already gone, yeah. So now I'm hoping, that's why I'm like, I'm hoping they have something, because you need this extreme like, it just kills everything that's in front of it, right?
Yeah.
So maybe a Leshrac or something like that?
Yes.
Lesh is gone, so...
which has been
And Liquid has a similar like, thing going on there with like, because I don't want them to end up with the lifestealers. And they just didn't let Secret get to their time.
Teams had tried the lifestealer against the IO and it did not work.
I mean, it's too slow, right?
Yeah,
like you get this Mighty's Radiance timing and you're still weaker than the Wisp.
Meepo's already gone, yeah. So now and they also have to... I'm hoping they have something, because you need this extreme, like Thompson has played it, so they'll probably hold on a bit, they'll see who plays it later.
Maybe a Leshrac.
Because we played against the Bristleback mid with and that was spooky. That was frightening.
Yeah, I don't played our Gyro mid, Troll mid, and Winter mid.
Other teams had tried the lifestealer
bunch of these like attack speed or attack targets, I guess steroids kind of thing.
So in this Secret versus Liquid game that Team Secret had picked the IO, Liquid went for a Chen, a Tidehunter, and Earth Spirit, a Leshrac, and a Meepo.
Yeah.
So the Meepo and Leshrac are banned out. Tidehunter's still available, but we're not enthusiastic about that. But Bristleback gets selected instead.
That was spooky.
That was frightening. No, this was Secret versus Gyro mid, Secret versus Roll mid, but they picked Omni Bristle versus the Alk.
Yes.
So a bunch of these, and then they ran this Omni Bristle and they won the game in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I hope that's what they're going for.
I mean, I'm
done. I think they kind of stole it a bit from OG now too.
Liquid went for a Chen, Tidehunter, and Earth Spirit.
OG had a Wisp right with it though. It was like Omni Bristle Wisp. That was way scary, but they have a Chen that kind of take place of the Wisp.
This was
turn to play.
Yeah, because I feel like how the drafts are setting up, like Liquid actually have a chance here to
and then they ran
get a draft that they can end this game quickly.
What about
I hope that's what
the 3 Abba?
I mean, I'm guessing that. I think they kind of stole it a bit. I mean, I'm guessing that's like something like that. I haven't really seen. I know that
it was like
RG played a lot of
some of the Chinese teams play.
I didn't look at a lot of reviews though. I'm not really sure how strong is in lane or what his timing.
They go like 0-2-1. They just get misclicked.
Because I feel like how the draft is setting up, like Liquid actually have a chance here to
kind of buff you too much.
Get a draft.
Yeah, sometimes they'll just straight up take Curse at 1 and just harass.
Yeah. So I mean, they picked Liquid pick Earth right last time they were against Swiss Secret game.
I know that
so
RNG.
I think they're kind of like confident with what happened.
I think they're feeling pretty good right now.
But they're still lacking the most important thing in that draft, in my opinion, which was the Leshrac and the Meepo. These are heroes that take structures during the downtime period, which Bristleback can kind of achieve that, but he needs some levels and some farm. He's definitely much slower than a Meepo or a Leshrac.
So the last pick for Liquid is on the other hand, like they'll see OG's picks now.
Wait, and
So a hero that can deal with Bristleback, obviously if you have reactive armor, then you're not too concerned about quill spray being spammed on you.
Yeah, I mean for OG it's good that they picked this, because they need to buy time when Liquid are running down lanes. Like waves, spam out creep waves. So they need something like that.
How does this Swift scale to like 30, 35, 40 people?
The game must never go.
I have a feeling like if we don't have like a substantial advantage by was hitting 15 with Axe, I think this game is going to be really hard for them. It's just too much consistent damage without them being able to go on. Like they have an Abaddon is shielding this Whisper. They need to buy if it gets to that point, then Liquid are not ahead. We still have one more pick. Like maybe they'll pull something out. But I was looking right now, like they need to get an advantage during the like first 25 minutes.
I think this game is never
so even if the game is even out for 25 minutes, you'll think
like if Liquid don't have like a substantial advantage by Wisp hitting 15, should be like
great hero Wisp these days.
Oh yeah.
It's just
I mean, to be fair, this is nothing new. IO being first phase picked is a very common thing in Dota 2 history.
If it gets to that point,
this role.
No, that's the funny part. Like maybe first picking, everyone knows it's your carry. How it's looking right now, like it's carry Wisp right there.
I mean, I don't think it's had this type of winner. I think it has like maybe one loss.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember like that. I think it was when it was released. Like yeah, I guess. Pretty sure the win rate was insane.
The first TI that he showed up was pretty insane, even though it was I mean, to be fair, this is Western biased, but very few Chinese seem to do it. I think it was very common at the time with their tiny and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was like
not in this role.
That's the funny part.
But other teams are still sleeping on it every single. That's one of the reasons why I consider Liquid. I had mentioned this on an earlier draft panel. Earlier in the season, Liquid weren't looking too great, and it's because IO wasn't in captain's mode. You had a free ban against Liquid every single time.
Yeah, 3 I guess.
Now it's a carry IO, which it's a brave new TI world. That showed up was pretty insane, even though it was
the funny part about the carry IO is it's not some high skill cap. It's nothing like that.
It's pretty straightforward.
It's very straightforward. Every game they play.
So you go Bassi,
but other teams are still
Fire Helmet Dominator.
That's one of the reasons why I consider Liquid. I mentioned this on an earlier draft panel. Win the game.
And once you have Heart, you can ditch your Hog Creep and tether your mid laner.
They had a free ban against Liquid. Which that's a good question. So do you think OG are going to look for someone to enable with their IO, like how they did the Bristleback in the past, or is the dude self-sufficient enough that if you have like the Tiny and the Timbersaw, that's the only partner you need?
Yeah, I'm a little curious how they're
pretty straightforward.
I don't think Thompson plays Timbersaw.
I haven't seen it before.
So
I may have had.
I'm guessing this is an off-lane Timbersaw.
Radiant's turn to pick.
Do you think there's any world where this Witch is not carry? Tether
Yeah.
Or off.
Which, that's a good question.
I think it's a mid gyro. Off lane, their side lane Timber versus Bristleback.
Yeah.
And then a 4 Tiny, a 5 Abba.
That sounds about what they were doing. No, because I think Wisp is still viable as a 4 with gyro. Because that lane, if you play that right, it's really strong.
Or you can just let both of them be cores, and then it's really, really strong.
Then it gets extra.
Liquid needs a carrier or mid, depending on what they want this Bristle to do.
OG is expecting it to be mid because they've had the Shadow Game.
I think the Bristle side lane is actually decent for the Bristle.
Yeah. It's not going to be a Templar assassin, but we'll go to another Weehawk Classic. It could be the Wind Ranger.
I like the idea of the hero better. I don't know how good it is this game. I'm almost sure. I actually don't think that right good. But like the idea is correct. Like you have spells that you can.
And then it's really, really strong.
Then it gets extra. Do something.
Can actually kill the Wisp at the start, right? Even through shield, I think. Wisp is killable.
OG is expecting it to be a mid because they banned the Shadow Game.
Can't really stop him.
The Bristle
doesn't really go MKB either.
It's not going to be a Templar sense. It's rare, but I guess also in a traditional sense, like IO being tethered to another unit gives potential shackle targets, stuff like that. But this is the last potential game for Team Liquid. Will they be able to stay in this grand final bracket? Maybe Purge can give it a little bit more explanation as we pass to him with the last word.
Start right, even through shield, I think.
If you guys are just getting here, IO is the carry that has been dominating the tournament, at least one of them, and Liquid gets a chance to see if they can break it, but the downside is that they don't get the same heroes that they were able to use earlier to defeat it, so it's going to be a lot harder to beat it. So what they ended up doing instead is trying to abuse Chen. One of the benefits of Chen is that his aura increases the healing that any of his nearby allies or creeps give, and they're pairing that with another hero that can heal, Omni Knight. So those two guys can heal and buff up their strong tanky hero Bristleback and make him pretty close to unkillable. On the other side, the carry that around with is at least one of them. And Liquid gets a chance to see if they can break it. They've got the Tiny, they've got the same heroes that they also buff up, but most importantly, they have Timbersaw. Timber's a hero that has some flexibility in how effective it is, but most importantly, is trying to use strength or primary stat healing that any of his nearby allies or creeps give, and they're pairing that with another hero that can heal, Omni Knight. So those two guys can heal and buff up their strong tanky hero Bristleback and make him pretty close to unkillable. But on the other side, what OG's playing around with is also pretty strong. They've got Io, they've got the Tiny, they've got Abaddon who can also buff up, but most importantly they have Timbersaw. And Timber's a hero that has some flexibility in how effective he is, but most importantly his first skill will reduce the strength or primary stat, and there's a lot of strength heroes over on the Liquid side, so it's very possible that Timber can run away with this game if he has a good match. A lot of strength heroes over on the... Without further ado, Game 4 of the TI Grand Finals. Let's start at the casters.
Thank you, Purge. Game 4. OG up at the moment in this best of 5, 2-1 against Liquid. Their last two games, some of the most dominant performances we've seen from them from the entire tournament. In this game 4, Liquid, they have had the chance to switch up. Going back to the We Win Ranger, it is something a little different. It's something we know he's good at, but is it good enough to beat the OG IO?
And they're definitely the strongest on the map for that's more. And we see them immediately set up with an active tri lane. They have a head for that extra health region, and they're really slow with the pressure. This time they get on. They've been very good with the 10 today. Scary stuff on the map, either with GH playing a Tusk or GH playing Earthspray. I feel like I always see them having one of these two combos with that Chen to make those around.
No
and
one
Bristleback
has been
early
able
phase here on the
Liquid are going to have to see if they can do it in their last chance.
This is the Goose that we're talking about. That is strong level 1. They're going to actually go the dive, though. He has a shield available. They actually can. They really want to put the pressure. Doesn't have a salve on himself this time around, though, like he did in the last two games.
We saw some
and also, I believe with the carry IO, not every single time, but they did have an Elder Titan with it most of the time. Where that's where
in the last 20 games
I feel like it helps a lot when you're playing into aggro lanes, because you cannot aggro tri-lane into an Elder Titan most of the time. So this time it's going to be bad. Not nearly as strong as that ET.
We'll see Liquid with that start. Able to make sure that the creep wave meets underneath the tower so they can get them a
strong level 1
equilibrium in their favor. Very interesting to watch some of these other lanes. See how Weehawk can get off to a start against the tops and mid Jara. You should have a decent shot here, right, in this 1v1.
But they did have higher base damage. The thing about Gyro Copter is you have this skill that helps godly animation. One of the best animations in the game is absolutely instant on range. And you have missiles. This time it's going to be the Tiny, who's going to cut in, throwing Weehawk back into the tower.
That's a lot of Liquid with that start. And make sure that the creep wave meets underneath the tower. Got the point in the win run, looking for the body block. Jax on the able to quite get it entirely, but still able to get a good amount of damage done. Get off the start against tops and mid Jara.
As Jax is going to go for it again.
Jax going deep behind the tower. Seeing if he has the control. Up he goes with the toss. Thompson closing in. Win runs back online. As Weehawk can hold his distance, but OG already getting incredibly aggressive in this mid lane.
Into the tower. That's the way that I can play with the Jax on the Tiny. Run around, shut down the mid laner. Doesn't matter what hero it is, you're going to be able to just throw him every single time he walks up for a toss. Weehawk makes his full salvo.
We're certainly seeing that down bottom, this trial, it is able to bring these heroes down pretty low. Obviously the question is if they can push them over the edge and get the kills, but the aggression certainly is there. Once the level 2s come out from the 3 members of Liquid, we'll see that pressure amped up even more. Jax out to this tier into a trial lane from OG is shut down the mid laner. Gets the kill, now it's going to be the focus. Miracle and GH trying to get on top of him, but a good body block from no shield. Certainly seeing that down bottom. This trial, Liquid cannot chase any further to bring these heroes down pretty low.
Eyes on Jax.
The question is if they can push them over the edge and get the
lane
kills.
to lane,
But the
looking to
aggression
just
certainly
punish
is
the
there.
aggressive tri-lane of Liquid. And they can't really respond to it. Chen, not really a hero that wants to be moving around TPing at all. It's GH who has to respond to any types of ganks that Jax does, and doesn't feel nearly as good as Earthspray. He's limited on that.
So it's talking about the mid top. Now it's going to be the bottom. This turret GH trying to get on top of him, but the quick body block from control. The Timber versus the Omni. What do we expect from this match? Chase any further?
I haven't gotten to see this one too often, but I think that they're both going to just go with the fight. I think Seth might actually go with the fully light control thing, just because you don't have to worry too much about your regen. Well, light control, you can worry about your mana sometimes. But I think they're both going to just end up trading farming pulling free waves and whatnot like that. So GH should respond pretty relatively easy.
Definitely see it though, this pressure down bottom is continuously talking about the trade down bottom is strong. Rolling onto Notel, Liquid versus mind control. Take one out of the lane, and only being able to get 4 CS so far.
I haven't gotten to see this one lane often, but I think that they're both going to just go to farm. I think Seth might actually
it's looking so much better here in the first 3 minutes of game 4.
I'll be sure. 16 and 11 on Miracle, right? He gets all these 3 last. I think the guys just end up trading farming.
They are running in this bottom lane perfectly. keeping this trial advantage.
Top is just manipulation of free waves, because I think my control's starting to realize that if he stays toe-to-toe versus Timber, he's going to have some problems, so he's cutting the wave.
Take one out of the lane. Anna only being able to get 4 CS so far in this bottom lane. Already
Jarix is running over toward the area. He's only level 1 though, so still not having that stun available for the Tiny just yet to go for those toss backs into the tower and stun. Right, he's getting all these free last hits and denied. And it looks like they'll be constantly burning the mana of No Tail.
Keeping this tri lane advantage.
Satyr Mind Stealer. Just manipulation. Just keeping him very low on mana. If he stays toe-to-toe versus Timber, he's going to have
obviously interest.
He's cutting the wave.
To keep this pressure on, and they have to find objectives with it. As the Iron will have that comeback mechanic. Once he hits the level 4, going into jungle, using the spirits to farm those neutrals. They've got to make as much as they can happen in this favourable mix of the Liquid have. Another commitment on towards Anna, separating him from No Tail. To be able to tether himself back across, so they can beat down through this up. The spirit throughout. So towards Mirror, Liquid obviously interested. Still has this pressure on it. They have to find objectives with it.
It really is fun lane coming out from OG, right? So just heal it. I'll heal me. So they're going to be able to always do that and be able to remove all those boost stacks up with the shield as well. It's actually a really clever lane coming out. And he's even maxing putting multiple points inside that miscoil for the health efficiency. He miscoiled the island. He heals himself for even more because of that.
5-minute rooms come up. And OG, they want to try and tackle this. Doing his best to draw their attention away. Launches out onto Miracle. Has the man at a fight. They'll be able to grab both.
It really is a pretty fun lane though coming up with OG, right? He's like, oh, I just healed it. I healed
OG up top. As Liquid continuing to look like this different approach to the lanes is certainly the answer they've been looking for.
They're not killing them now. They only killed No Tail once because of how many stick charges they're getting fed down here. The Bristleback just constantly spamming the quill, spamming the health efficiency. Everyone's sitting at like 10 stick charges every time they try to make an aggressive move. Now Miracle is up a bit far here.
They want to try and tackle this 3 on 3. He may be low, but he's more than safe. GH pops the stick charges. He's trying to escape No Tail, keeping on top of it now. Phonic Shield's going to pop soon. It may not even need to. GH is running. One more right click. Coil out. That'll do it. The shield pops. They get the kill. And it does fall. Continuing to look like this different approach.
He actually did not pop his magic one there. A bit too much damage coming out. I think the Alpha Wolf and the right click from the off aren't how much it actually was. But mid is the big one. From Jarix from earlier, Thompson has over a full level advantage on the No Tail once. He's how many sticks? 13 to the 19 of 4. This animation and just getting that extra rage band really coming into play. And bottom.
Roll out for GH. Jarix keeps Anna on top of the Earth Spirit. Spirits are out though. So the damage looks like it may not be there unless they can keep the vision, and they can. Tossed in stick charge pop though. GH got Miracle by his side. They won't be able to dive for him, and Liquid keep them all alive.
So they've done a good job bottom of making sure that Miracle's farm. Thompson though getting aggressive top onto mind control. A bit far here. Sharks. They popped the shrine for some mana for the Timber, but mind control will be fine. Liquid being forced to use their bottom shrine too, because the one thing that they're doing, they were putting pressure on it, they were getting good farm, but the sustain that's actually coming out from this bottom lane is just too much for them a bit here. As Ana is starting to get this farm built up to those 20 last hits.
GH pops the stick charges, trying to escape No Tail, keeping on top of it. Seems to be the focus for Liquid. They've left Miracle up. They're trying to collapse in onto Thompson. GH is running, making these moves around for this card. Getting the pressure on, catching out Thompson mid. Got to keep this tempo up. They're starting to really show that they have within them what they've been bringing in the first 7 minutes of the last 2 games. They can match this tempo.
And look at Miracle, but down bottom, even pulling away these 2 heroes. They still have all their one starting the right target to up there to 17 as well. He is pushing them away from the creep wave. That double sustain though coming into play.
Made another collapse from Liquid. He's looking diving on Jarix. They get a kill. Thompson's good up. Trying to keep himself on top of Kuro. He has his army ready to tank some of the damage. Thompson not going to be able to get his shield. Looks of it another 34 Kuro keeps him back alive. The cooldown will be dropped.
This animation is getting that extra range band really coming into play. There's so much damage in the mid lane right now. With Weehawk rushing that Javelin build, he's able to actually punch back onto Thompson pretty far there. He's going to be forward for a kill. Gives a lot of time to Seb though, as they made that 4-man rotation earlier. Now he's only up to level 8. He's got the max reactive armor.
So same damage for mind control. Looks like it may not be there unless even far between these. They both get exactly the same amount. Top half of that. And so far, no one else has been coming over and getting involved. The vision, and they can. Looking towards them. Bring Weehawk as well. Weehawk. The focus fire. Have the control. Here's the roll with the stun. Shackle shot for Weehawk. Liquid keep them all alive. Liquid. Accept little time on that top lane to an end.
Great use of the Divine Favor there from Kuroki to bring Weehawk around freely and saving his TP so he can continue to move around the map if he has to respond to anything else. Very nice aggressive move, and that's the Javelin coming into place. It's magical damage. It's 100 bonus magical damage when you use that focus fire. This is Shimmer. Who cares if he has 25 reactive armor stacks? They get themselves a decent amount of pressure on the tower too. Getting down to about 700 HP right now. They popped the shrine for some mana.
Come back in, make sure that tower doesn't fall too early.
GH is already moving his way toward top. They don't have another Divine Favor to bring into the Wind Ranger. Liquid being forced to use their bottom shrine too. One thing that they're doing, they were putting pressure on an impossible kill without Weehawk.
The three of them can only sort of sit the side and watch as Seb.
But the sustain that's actually coming out from this bottom lane is just too much for this mid.
10 minute runes are going to come up.
Starting to get them.
See if Liquid can keep a favourable hold of them this time. Mid lane's doing the focus. TP's coming immediately. He's able to turn right click into Jarrett. He's tanking the tower too, Jarrett. Lines of the power, he's not going to be able to find it. Doesn't get the angle, and Jarrett, he can continue to walk away. Liquid seems to be the chasing. The repair shot will be available in a second. Can Weehawk hit it? He's going to try to collect into Thompson. He's got to get the position to TP behind the trees and will make it back to safety, but Weehawk does live.
He wastes so much of their time there. And even a TP
making these moves
to protect Weehawk. What does that mean? That's just the space. This is what OG wants to do, right? Allow Ana to cash back up after a little bit of a rough laning start and get the Dominator. And the Dominator is finished now at this 10-minute mark. That is where you really start to get a name with quite a lot of the IO. Make a move around the map. But Liquid, they're trying to keep the pressure going. Don't let OG get away with that greed that they're trying to pull off right now. Try to get some tower damage. Every single time a tower is going to start getting pressure, though, you'll see this rotation by Seb. He wants to make sure they don't actually get any of these towers. Look at there. He doesn't have any reactive stats built up just yet. But he will be okay.
Mid lane Thompson. You see dive in from Weehawk. Weehawk tried to close in for the kill. But he didn't have the damage to bring Thompson down. Thompson was able to just drop the combos. Weehawk got in close range for that attempt.
You got to be careful as well. Ana, he's jungling in the area, so he can just easily tether top. I don't know if he did the overcharge at the end of it, but he can easily tether it. He gets a little bit of extra HP regen that comes into play.
Looking for Jerax.
Jerax again.
Netting with the magnetized. TPs will now start to come into play. Thompson's here. Jerax still alive. They're trying their best to hunt him down through the trees. He'll be able to toss back the Hellbase. Find anything. No, for Kuroki, GH. Liquid still into diving on Jerax. They get the kill. Liquid, they're going to be able to. Kuroki making these moves across the map, bringing in the team when required. He's going to try and every single one of these 7 kills has been down to Kuro and his map movements.
And his aggressive plays. And they're not expecting these recalls. They're not expecting these Divine Favors at all every single time he's been able to set it up. And he's almost got a mega finished up on his chest so early on. It's going to be a lot of burst heal. And like the draft panel mentioned, you look at Liquid's draft and they're really trying to set the tempo. They're trying to be aggressive, get early towers down with this Chen, with this Bristleback, and try to get an early roach and get that big advantage. Take advantage of carry take advantage of it somehow.
They're winning on the high ground. They'll immediately burst through the Aphotic Shield. Hotel is trying to run. The smash is out. Notel's got the backup. Ana. Mind Control's going to head in. Liquid, that sounds out of range. GH will be kept safe.
They have so much damage.
By the heavily grazed Kuro. They're done a little too far this time. Will be surrounded. The 4 of them take down Kuro. Put an end to his reign across the map.
Weehawk rushing that Javelin build. He's able to actually
responding in their numbers now in that middle lane. They won't let Liquid get away with this any longer.
They still, OG has a very strong way to fight, even in the early game. Even if they do have the 3D IO pick, it's what it provides you, especially when you have a Gyro. Gyro is all about that early fights. Same thing with Tiny. And even Timbersaw, but Seb right now, we know he doesn't really want to show up except for the tower defenses. here. And he's also going to be matching that Chen, who's going to be early mech. It's actually going to be a mech Timber Saw since they have IO. So this amount of sustain that could come out from OG pretty soon is going to be pretty hard to deal with this. Seb, he actually jumps forward for GH.
He goes deep. We are going to turn with the focus right. Seb, of course, he's got the max reactive armor thanks to that shackle won't lag. Seb, continue to back off. Chains out, back over the river. He's fine. The people try and turn their attention towards Thompson, but with Motel by his side, they cannot dive up to the high ground. Seb, holding them back.
5 Liquid heroes in the mid lane. Trying to brawl again at the same time as last game. It's 13 minutes in, and there's 9 heroes or 8 heroes positioned around this area. They want to go for no tail, but he's got ulti.
Miracle's going to continue to chase this. Under the tilt, they will get it. Seb, focus on the turn. This is out of the curve. Seb has to not quite. Magnetizes out. Seb has to retreat. Shackle. Making the maneuvers. Liquid. They're diving again. Top lane. A bit of a flavor of how OG was playing the last 2 games of this. If we can get they won't go too crazy. They'll let him live. They don't want to dive up.
That's the javelin.
The tier 3 and TPs are coming in.
They have to make sure they're hitting the tower because the side lanes are being split. Ana as well as Jerax are actually pressuring these other 2 towers. They're not even going to get this one here. It's down into deny range. OG might just be able to deny that mid tower if they choose to do so. Liquid with an overzealous dive there, not losing anybody, but the side lanes giving a lot to that Tiny as well as that IO. And we know this the timing. It's all about just waiting for IO to get not only Aghanims, but get that level 15 talent. That's what OG wants.
Stabbing in. Onto Kuro with the flag as well. And the dog will not keep Chen alive today.
Dyer's middle tower.
Come back in. Make sure that tower just
TP down. Actually TP's in. It gets the toss up with the exact timing.
OG's actually not done. As they are still hunting for action. Miracle the focus. Thompson's got a DD. A power shot does come out. Lands on Thompson.
Aggressive there from Thompson.
Trees, but no tell. He's there with a shield. Thompson goes for the TP out. The front of 5 there. But damn, it's not enough. To save. A spray on the way out. Thompson will escape. Liquid, that's 9-6 in their favor, but the network difference, it's pretty much even. As you say, sure, Liquid, they are bringing the aggression, finding the kills, but space is being given to those important members of OG.
Especially on halfway to that Aghanims already. Level 11 finished up. He's got the Spirit applied slow, so he can fight as soon as he has the for the talent, but the big one is that 15, that extra Spirit hero damage that does come out. But yeah, look at this immediately. Seb now positioned up top. He wants to push the top tower as soon as Liquid is positioned in mid. Jerax already looking to set up down from the bottom lane. Liquid have to just get these towers. Have to get some type of map advantage here.
Roxana has the Aghanims. Things are going to start getting very tricky for Liquid when they turn up like this.
Yeah.
The spirits will be out.
Yeah, they have Bristle. That's a good, right? Bristle can be good versus the IO. If you can get on top of him, the goo. You don't have the highest armor traditionally on the IO, but he's versatile with an actual counter. Timber Saw, very good versus Bristle back on stages. Just that farm game, OG.
Got mind control. Yes, he's got the position to TP out behind the trees. It's hard really for these heroes without the shackle shot or GH. Making a beautiful angle. It's very hard for them to kill Seb.
It's very hard for them to kill pretty much anybody if they don't have Weehawk. If they can catch some of the supports and the running around by themselves, they can maybe pick them off, but they really need Weehawk for the damage. And even the TP. The rest of them do not really provide that at this point of the game versus what they're against. Magnetized can be good, but there's a lot of ways that they can deal with it. Not only with the tankiness of how they are, but also there's an advantage. We just remove it a lot of the times.
Dyer's top tower is about to take the blood.
Just get away with this. Pushing this wave into the tier 2 every single time. Knowing that, sure, if Liquid do come for him, it's going to be so many of their resources that it's probably going to be worth it for OG to have Seb positioned that aggressively and for him to draw that much attention towards him. Thompson's getting space, Anna's getting space.
Look at that build by Thompson. Diffusal Gyrocopter is finished now.
Stretch diffuse gyrocopter. Fancy Thompson. Doing something I don't think I've ever seen this.
I mean, it's interesting because it's going to provide a lot of like mana burn, which is going to be annoying for the.
Okay.
It gives you a lot of agility. It gives you ways to run around and chase heroes down.
They've got the kill. Getting mobile again.
They can transition this into a Roche. DD rune on the bristleback. They've got pipe. Yeah, they can easily do this with the medallion as well. Every single time a tower is going to. Start getting pressure up there for Ana. He wants to make sure they don't actually get any. And they're pinging it. They seem now that it looks like it's almost too low for them to contest with all this minus armor. And Liquid will get away with this one.
Let's see what they can do with it. Aegis pipe. They have those early tools to start making moves. Start looking towards some of these tier 2 towers.
Ags is complete now on the IO. So Ags IO finished, and we're about to hit 20 minutes. So I'm assuming that OG's going to buy the dive here from give it to that IO so he gets the extra spirit damage. Liquid, they got to group up and try to get something big here. They got to catch out these backlines heroes. They really have to get on top of the IO. With a nice shot for the They have to control and stun the IO.
Hunting for Ana. I won't quite find it. But you're thinking about it. This diffuser blade, I see what you mean. It does make sense, right? There is. You look at what Miracle and Mind Control in particular.
He's juggling any other man.
And it's dependent on the fights being drawn out. They revel in situations where the fight continues. And sure, they can't kill them quickly necessarily, OG, but Thompson, he's going to take them out away, and they're going to be essentially got these useless anti-targets on the front now, so he can then ignore and look for the more volatile kills.
And he's acting as this like super frontliner. And Bristleback is a hero that if you don't have mana, you don't have damage. So if he's just going to be burning the Bristle, I can see it. And he's super farmed, and look how many he has. 2,000 HP on the gyro. There's going to be an MKB finish now for Weehaw, so his damage is going to be very high. It's going to slow down.
Back behind the racks. They're getting a good amount of damage onto this tier 3 tower. They quickly swing for
that spirit hero damage is there now. They're going to join the fight finally. They're not expecting these recalls. They're not
He's dead, and now OG, they have that numbers advantage to this defense. They're looking for Jack backing away. Thompson focusing Miracle. Miracle's still out of mana. He's going over the GA. He's trying to
take advantage of carry ice. Trying to take advantage of it somehow.
Jack can shut him off. In fact, Jack, he's ready to try and look for more potentially. There's only the once. Thompson, he's on top. Getting picked up. He smashes out the no test for the back.
They're unstoppable.
And they're even taunting. They toss him to the dragon. Holy crap. Toxin. The diffusal is absolutely working for all their mana.
The game we would have expected to see Jaro. The deciding game. The diffusal blade jar, it is perfect for this point of the match.
He just did an insane amount of damage. Front lines the entire time, and then Ana just has free reign to get all that spirit hero damage, and it's back completely the other way, and it feels like the control is oh my god. OG starting to take over the game completely here. OG has a very strong way to fight.
Showing new ways to play the game at this incredibly late moment in the tournament.
And now Thompson has an Aghanim as well, so not only is his regular hit, he's going to be picking that, it's going to provide special damage. Yeah, he's going to be burning a lot of that.
And then just moving into the base now, OG. They're playing in.
Save this one.
Get yourself out of the way, the missile is down. They're trying to heal to save him. GHS buyback, he'll buy back immediately. Weehar's going to be there.
They still have greens available for 7 as well this whole time. No joke's kind of high. Once they pop those greens, it's going to be topped off.
Tier 3's going down, 22 minutes again, and in a match where it looked like Liquid had the pace to maybe bring something different, but we're back to the same place.
There's no stones for GH. He can't contribute anything. There's no magnetized either. They're just taking this rack. He's gone.
We are going to tell him the focus price, of course. As OG will see what the plan is next. Reactive back off to that.
They're happy with that. Why not? They can back up Team Strike. I think if Liquid chases out, OG can definitely just turn and look for the fight. They have no cooldowns that they're waiting on. Everything is available for them.
We'll try and turn their
They're
attention
just
towards
so formed right now at this point in the game that Liquid, they're walking out together, but like I was mentioning before, there's one stone on GH, and that is it. So his team fight potential, and he's pretty much the only team fighter on the side of Liquid right now. It's just not there. Again, at the same time as last game, 13 minutes.
Pretty much got his ever pop the stick, get the GA off at least. Can they fight for the duration of it? They're getting shot.
They want to go for no tilt.
OG pushing Liquid back to the base.
But he's got ulti.
After a retreat, Shackle does nice. Liquid. They've got the lockdown. They've got the roll.
And in what a fashion! Liquid, they had zones himself, but then they backed out. OG, the defense, and Liquid.
No question, they are so far ahead of anybody else. The Braves get perfect. Game 2, 3, and 4 were absolutely ridiculous. The showing was magical from OG.
They just seem to know exactly what to do with whatever draft they're giving. It doesn't matter. They have so many different drafts, so many different play
They're
styles.
diving
They can
again.
execute.
They got a bit of a flavor of how OG was playing in these last 2 games, and they're saying we could do it too. Thompson past the cooldown. They won't go too crazy. They'll let him live. They don't want to dive up towards the tier 3. They know TPs are coming in.
They have to make sure they're hitting the tower because the side lanes are being split pushed. Ana as well as Jerax are pressuring these other 2 towers. And they're not even going to get this one.